Well, it's a gorgeous day. The snow is still with us, but you can see the sun has been out. This is day number 2. It's making the sea brilliant. One really has to squint or wear sunglasses on a day like today, but yet it's warm enough that you can hear that. Hopefully you can hear that sound in the distance of the snow falling. I do love that sound, though some ice is still clinging to the vines on the pergola on the terrace, but you can tell it's starting to melt off. Algernon is out on his flat rock. But I thought today I would share another story, another one of my characters. So let's make today's video just you watching some pretty sun shining on the sea with melting snow as I tell the little snippet that I jotted down in the journal when I made this character. All right, let's introduce you to this character. Old John Mossfoot watched dainty Ida Acorn slip onto his little trap, waiting to be transported. She'll be an easy load at least, he thought, as he waited for his old mare to have a drink before trundling the old creature back to his carriage. Old John Mossfoot had been Old John since he himself was still a young lad, having got the moniker from his father when he passed. His father used to work up at the old manor in its heyday. A sort of dog's body, odd job man of all sorts was the first Old John. The type of gent who'd get you what needed getting, or put his hand to land or housework. Of course his father, Old John, saw fit to expire on a warm autumn day after a day's labor gleaning in the fields. Young John found his father thus, under the old oak, with a smile on his face and a pint in his hand, smiling up at the sky. Since then, young John became Old John, and his mother his responsibility at a young age. Old John was truly old now, and his dear mother gone to heaven to be with his father. He thought of her and the smells associated with her, the warm scent of bread and kitchen scents from the tiny back kitchen in their little cottage. He smiled, recalling her as he tipped his hat to Ida and took off on the journey to the old manor. "I'm hoping to get half a chance at the old manor with the new folk. Have you heard anything of them?" Ida Acorn asked innocently enough, though she knew if there was anything to know, Old John would know. Old John knew such questions were not innocent, but probing. It was true he often held the secrets of the district, but he found the less one talked and more one listened, the tittle-tattle of town and country was handed to you on a silver platter. He knew all about the lady taking over the old manor. He even knew how she came about it and what her business was to be there, but he simply shrugged and gave his old gray mare a soft nudge with the reins. "Them that was has returned, I reckon," was all he said to her. His stoic ways gave little information. One had to ask the right way to get the sea of information from Old John. Ida was too nervous to play at such a game, so she fiddled with her little handbag as they continued on to the old manor. Ida would have Old John over later and ply him with warm food in her little back kitchen. He always opened up more there, with a hot cup in his hand and warm bread on the board. Old John Mossfoot was the keeper of the district's secrets, and his own secret was not to expire as young as his father. Thus he plied his wares with patience and thought, and always considered everything before he acted. He knew this adventure of the lady returning to the manor would give his business of information a great boost. Things were going to be stirred up a bit. He felt it in his old bones. I hope you liked Old John Mossfoot's story. And I am having fun creating these characters and sharing the little stories with you. If you are interested in reading it, rather than just having me read it aloud, I am putting it in my blog, so I'll make sure I link my website below with the blog listing so you can just read it yourself. Again, these are just little rough drafts that I've written in my journal as I sketch and then create the characters. They're hardly considered perfection or anything like that. And I think I'll also link down below. Sometime in the last year I lost my Instagram and my Facebook account, so I just didn't bother and I just left it. But I realize now that I'm getting back to YouTube a little more consistently, I just had to start those over again. So I'm going to link my Instagram and my Facebook down below, just because sadly I had to start over again. I wasn't able to recover my old ones, which is odd, but thus is the way with tech and me. They don't always go together well. But I hope you enjoyed Old John Mossfoot's story. don't want to scare the geese, but I'm just coming outside the slaughter in my studio. And the geese are enjoying the warm sun. It's over 40 Fahrenheit now, so the snow's having a good melt. I think the geese are enjoying being up in the grass. I do hate to chase them away by being out here. But I just wanted to share. I was sitting at my little work table in my studio looking out the window and I saw them. Well, thank you for joining me for today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are enjoying my short little postcard videos. So until tomorrow's video, remember, stay creative. Cheers.